Well, welcome back to our second Fit Talk. I have with me again Mr. Bill Pienias, the president of FinFit Life. Needed to pick his brain a little bit more, so we'll go right into it. And my first question for you is, in your words, what is Fit Talk? What are these Fit Talks about? Let's hear the breakdown.
Yeah, so Fit Talks is based around the three center pieces of our business, which is financial fitness, physical fitness, and the lifestyle to enjoy it. From the financial side is to teach people how money works, to show them ways and principles to get their money to work better for them, and to give them some ideas on how they can actually start accumulating capital so that they can be on that pathway for wealth and building wealth. For the physical fitness part, it's to teach people more about the process of being healthy, what it means about nutrition and fitness and movement and flexibility and things of that sort. And then some things that are cool ideas to do fitness together with other people. And the lifestyle to enjoy it is about how those two things impact so many things in people's lives. For example, how it affects people's relationships, their marriages, their parenthoods, etc. So we want to make sure that people understand that these three things matter and that they can make a difference in people's lives if you get it right.
Awesome. Yeah, I think there's a lot of good things that we'll be bringing to the table through these Fit Talks. Next question I have for you is, do you think that there is a correlation to your physical fitness in your finances?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great question because a lot of people say, what do one have with the other? So there's a couple principles. First is you can have all the money in the world and have no health. You have nothing. And you can have all the money in the world and all the health in the world and have no money. You have no fun. And so the reality is you need both. But there's a direct correlation with people's physical fitness and their energy level and their ability to earn money and their ability to actually accumulate wealth. It's actually some studies have been proven that the better health you're in, not only can you work longer and harder, but you can actually be more focused. And a lot of times people's careers depend on their ability to get not only be valuable in the marketplace, but to be focused when they're at work. And most importantly is that I found that when you feel good, you do good. And when you do good, you feel good. So if you're in good health, you can't divorce financial fitness and becoming more financially well off from your health. And one last thing I'll tell you is I always felt better when I had more money in my pocket than less. And so there's a direct correlation there.
That's funny you mentioned that because even in sports growing up, our coaches would say, you look good, you feel good, you do good. If we weren't doing well, they said, come to practice looking the part, and our practices would be 100% better every time.
It is amazing. It is amazing. They actually say that about golfers. If you're an amateur golfer, if you just dress like a golfer, you tend to play better.
I don't know what it is, but I don't even know the science behind it. I'll do it.
I don't either.
So I sent you the article, the Forbes article. It's called The Deep Connection Between Health and Wealth. Because as you said, a lot of people are wondering if there is a correlation, and if there is, what is it? I found the article to be very interesting. When I sent it to you in your first read, what was stuck out to you the most?
Actually, there was two main things that stuck out to me. One was that it identified that as people are healthier, they can actually work longer. They can actually be more engaged. They have more energy to go do the things that they want to do. And those people typically make more money. The second is when people actually look good and feel good, they typically do good. And there was the correlation with people's finances of if you are actually a high energy person, if you are actually fit and you are able to give your best all the time, you typically made more money. And making more money is the start of helping you save more money, invest more money, and accumulate capital to become wealthy.
Definitely. And I think it's like a vicious cycle of it could be either for you or against you. If you're not feeling good and you're not having a lot of energy, you're not going to be like making a lot of money. And that's a vicious cycle in that sense. But it could also help you if you take it the other way. You have more energy, you're making more money. The more money you have, the better you feel, the more energy keeps going.
That's exactly right.
The first line of the Forbes article I sent you is, when health is absent, wealth becomes useless. So with that in mind, what are some things that people can do to better their health? Because a lot of people think to be healthy means they have to take a complete 180 of what they're doing every day, and no one wants to do that. That's not feasible. So what are some tips and tricks that you have?
Yeah, especially if people don't have a lot of time. I tell people to do 10 push-ups, 10 sit-ups, and 10 body squats. Just do it every morning. It literally takes probably 2 minutes. And just by doing those certain things can be a game changer for you. The other is to get out and walk for 15 minutes a day. Just walking 15 minutes, believe it or not, does a ton of good for your body. And most of the time, when people wake up, they feel rickety. I don't know about any of you, but man, when I turned 50, just getting up, my back would be sore, my knees would be tight, and sore and stiff. And just by moving my body and walking those 15 minutes, literally right when I got up, it was a game changer. And I felt better for the rest of the day. I was looser, more flexible, those type of things. So it doesn't mean you have to totally change your life. If you readjust 10 or 15 minutes a day, it could make the biggest difference in your life.
Yeah, definitely. And I know there's a bunch of studies out there about getting 10,000 steps a day and how much of an effect that has on your life. And not only, I would say, in my personal opinion, the 10,000 steps, as much of the health benefits there is, just being outdoors and getting fresh air on your face and getting those 10,000 steps in boost your mood, boost your energy. And if you start your day that way, the rest of the day is golden.
Yeah, most people think they have to go to the gym and they've got to spend an hour or so a day. It's really about 15 to 20 minutes a day that if they just dedicated to their health, even if it's just meditation, believe it or not, it makes a difference.
Definitely. All right, to close this out, as you saw from our last Fit Talk, I'm going to be asking people the same question at the end of every Fit Talk, but I already had you, so I can't ask that again. So for this one, I wanted to ask you, I'm a millennial, but what is the one in your brain most powerful piece of advice that you can give to millennials right now about their finances?
Yeah, it comes in two parts. The first one is save small, but save often. You don't have to save a lot, but do it consistently. You call it pay yourself first. And that allows your money to compound. But the second part, which is just equally as important, is everybody has to pull their own wagon. Nobody can pull your wagon for you. And I even say it around the office often, is that nobody can do your push-ups for you. You have to do your own push-ups. And what does that mean? It means you have to master your craft. You have to put in the work. You can't get the prize if you don't put in the work. And there's tons of studies that show when people actually are giving a bunch of money, like they win a lottery, right, that literally within 5 years, they're bankrupt. And why is it? Because if you don't master your craft, or you don't learn how money works, or you don't become a master of your life, we'll call it your CEO of your life, no matter what is given to you, you'll give it away. You'll lose it. And it's really important as a young person to know that, again, you have to pull your own wagon. Nobody can pull it for you.
I would say that is a very true statement. And a lot of people think that, like your example of winning the lottery, if I had $1 million, I'd be set. But that is not the case if you do not know what to do with that $1 million. So
that's right.
Thank you for that. I think that will speak to a lot of people.
I hope so.
All right. Well, thank you again for being back on here and letting me pick your brain some more.
Rachel, I appreciate it. And thanks for having me.
Till next time, guys.
See you guys.